Hi there guys, and welcome to Train Sim World. It's another Train Sim World video. It is the Long Island Railroad. It is out. It has been released. I was quite a little bit excited about it, really. Not to lie, I thought a modern American EMU. What it's showing us is another type of EMU, really. So it's another way electric locomotives have been simulated within the game, which I'm quite interested in. There's also some quite clever signalling stuff in this as well. From what I've seen, there's ATC, which is automatic train control, which basically tells you how fast you're allowed to go within a signalling section, things like that. I'll give you the quick blurb from what it says, and then we'll get into it. Just a quick note, guys, before I start this, do feel free to subscribe. Also, heading over to the Facebook page, the link is in the description below. And heading over to Twitch if you want to watch me be a little bit more adult. My YouTube videos are very much... there's no swearing or anything in them. But if you come over to Twitch, it's called Beer and Trains. It's like going to the pub and talking about trains, which is quite nice. I stream it on a Sunday evening from 7 and a Wednesday evening from 7, so heading over there. Right, the Long Island Railroad is America's busiest commuter route and is one of its most historic and famous railroads. Extending east from New York, it reaches... Oh, this is a bit long-winded. What do we get? Is that bad, isn't it? Is that bad? Train Sim World LIRR route includes all three of the railroad's New York terminals: famed Penn Station in Manhattan, Atlantic Terminal in Brooklyn, and Long Island City Station in Queens. The route extends eastward through Jamaica, America's busiest rail junction, to Hicksville, that's a cool name, and includes the LIRR's Hempstead branch. Total mileage of the route is 42 miles. This is sort of a golden number of Train Sim World at the minute. 40 miles seems to be the sort of golden sort of route length for them at the minute. There's various reasons I've heard from that, from build time through to the game not managing things. There's lots of little bits, I think, that are holding that back. Put it that way. I'm not going to be I'm going to try and really be as open-minded as possible. I'm not going to try and take too much of the previous Train Sim World stuff into account. There will be things. I've had a quick drive of the train just to work out how to use it, so I don't have to bore you with that too much. And yeah, there are certainly some things, but let's get going and I'll talk you through those things that I've noticed so far, the bits that I've liked and the bits that I've disliked. One of the bits I've disliked, you'll see already, the lighting. Some of the Train Sim World lighting in certain situations can look fantastic. This does not, in my eyes. Something just looks really off about it. Might just be my eyes. I'd like to know what you think about that, and all my comments. Everything I make, positive and negative in this video, positive and constructive, I'm going to change that to. Please feel free in the comments to say what you think in there as well. So this is a scenario, one of the scenarios that comes with it. It was just a 40-minute one that I chose. We're going to have a look what we're doing. Welcome to Atlantic Terminal. You're assigned to the 1228 to West Hempstead. Is that this one coming in? You can already see the lighting looks very off. Engineering work at Locust Manor means the service is only running as far as Jamaica. Now this might just be my machine that's making it look like this. Being a quick run, you're only afforded a short turnaround in Jamaica before coming back to Atlantic Terminal. That's cool. Where am I going? Is this my train? No, I'm on the other track. Okay. What? Is there another way around? Oh, there is. Whoa! Right, so the reflections. Now these things are sort of stainless steel sided anyway, so it's a very hard thing to get right, I feel. But I'm also noticing like some really odd reflections, and the lighting doesn't seem to be sort of changing too much. I think that might be to do with the baking of the texture, I'm not sure. we'll have a look through the train and stuff in a bit. I'm not too fussed about doing the scenario fully and all of that jazz, but we will. Right, okay, so let's get our master key on. Put us into forwards. It's my brake in max. Max brake. Let's get headlights to bright. Charge my brakes. I quite like this feature, so we need to go over 90 psi before we can depart, which I quite like. It's very quick to charge as well. That's some compressor. And we're already loading passengers. There is manual loading of passengers by putting your door switch in there, turning that to doors com, and then pressing unlock rearward doors. Or forward doors. I suppose if guard operated, I don't know. We can do rear or forwards. I think ATC's cutting. Cool. That will help us a bit on our journey. Let me read the bit it said about ATC while my doors are loading. So ATC, what is this? Automatic train control is a single-base cab signalling system. Its purpose is to inform the engineer of the maximum authorised speed given at any time whilst operating on the route. Lock left. As signal indications change, they'll be reflected on the aspect display unit in the centre of the desk. How to use: simply ensure that your speed is kept beneath the lit speed indicator on the middle of the control desk. If the speed indicator changes to a greater speed, you will hear an audible tone, but you don't need to do anything else except optionally increase your speed. If the speed indicator drops to a lower speed, then the alarm will sound that you must acknowledge by pressing the Q button and slow promptly to the new maximum speed as indicated. Okay, that's pretty simple. Let's see how badly I can mess that up. I don't know if it's the strange lighting making the textures look weird in here, but they do definitely look strange. I really liking these emergency brake valves. Oh, see? We should only be doing 5, but it says we can do 15. Let's keep it at 5. Side-mounted third rail, or is that? I mean, the track is always one pretty spectacular thing in Train Sim World, and that new third rail is really nice to look at when you're up close to it. With the fish plates and everything, the point blades there. It's very pretty, and the shine on the rails is very cool. Got the alerter on as well. We'll turn that off at some point when we have a look around the train itself and the tracks, and we'll get up close and personal to a few things. From my very quick run of the train a minute ago, the physics seem all right. It seems very, very rapid. What does it say about the train? There is a bit about the train actually in here, the trains themselves, just for a very quick view of them. So this is a M7. Don't worry about the electrification. It's of stainless steel construction. The M7s are equipped with asynchronous AC motors featuring IGBT inverters, hence the sound, and ride upon bolsterless fabricated trucks, so bogies, stretching 85 feet in length. The M7s were constructed in married pairs, with one car of each pair, including a what? You can't say that in this day and age, come on. That's really actually quite shocking that that's in there. So it says here, and I'm reading this, this is not my words, okay? This is not my words. With one of each car of each pair, including I can't even say it. How about that? A handicapped accessible restroom. Handicapped? What is this, 1945? That's outrageous. I know a lot of you won't find that an issue. I find that an issue. It's not very nice word. Handicapped comes from going cap in hand, is where handicapped comes from. It's quite a derogatory term in my head, and I would not use that word myself. That's weird. Sorry. Each married pair has a capacity of 211 commuters, and on the LIRR, the M7s typically operating consists of up to 12 cars in length. Maximum operating speed on the LIRR is 80 miles per hour. The M7s are equipped with regenerative braking and in-cab signalling safety systems. The Long Island Railroad M7 EMUs are dressed in a stainless steel, yellow and black livery. MTA's sister railroad, Metro North Commuter Railroad, operates more than 300 similar EMUs in the blue liveried M7A on its Hudson Harlem lines, making the Bombardier M7 family of EMUs serving New York City area total more than 1,100 units. We can still only do 15. But even though the speed limit's gone up to 60 here, 45, we still have only got 15 on the automatic train control. So if we go above that, I guess it'll beep at us. Yeah, there we go. So green over red means that we should be clear. It's really confusing American signalling. Green over red. Why have you got red and green for a green signal? So what have we got? We can go up to 60 now. Oh, neutral sections. Nice. Sounds like the greatest. It's rapid. I'll give it that. What I will say is with this ATC, I'm finding myself looking at the instruments a lot more than the actual HUD, which is quite a nice little touch. I like that. That looks very pretty. It's quite a distinct lack of functionality in the cab, mind you. Oh, door zone through. Oh, I don't know what that means. That'll be a good one to find out what that does. I don't want to do anything yet in case I ruin what I'm doing. Oh, rain. Cool. Just use this hill to brake me as we're stopping here. Right, so to unlock the doors, you put your key in, turn it to... Why can't I turn that? Turn that to doors com, unlock rearward doors. Is it like this on everybody's system? maybe this is my settings. We might have a play with the settings in a minute and see what we can sort out. Because this looks very strange. I understand they're going for that wet effect. I get that. But it does look very strange. Maybe we're just driving in a t-shirt. I know America's relaxed, but I mean, come on. Right, okay, let's get going again. Three yellow, no idea what that means. I will say one problem with third rail is it really exacerbates Train Sim World's problem with drawing the track in enough, like in the distance. It's making it very popping in and popping out. Oh god. ATC will start going mad at me soon. I suppose ATC is not going to know the line speed as such, is it? I don't know, it might do. It doesn't seem to. So I suppose that'd be a driver route knowledge, wouldn't it? Push for lamp test. No rain effects on the side windows. Okay. Back underground, does the rain start? Yeah, it seems to. Oh, it's really noticeable under here. Really, really noticeable under here, that third rail popping in and out. It's a disappointment. It's nice that they've not made these like cables straight. I quite like the fact that they are wiggling. That occlusion seems slightly wrong there as well, which is about the lighting within the tunnel. So it's just raining under here. It's raining under here, but it's not put any rain where my wipers would be. That's quite odd. So it's visually raining, but it hasn't actually made my screen wet. It's a little bug for them. What does slightly concern me is this would have been... Oh, there we go, stop there. This would have been quite blatantly obvious in testing, wouldn't it? Oh. I wonder if I go outside... Raining? Not raining. It's quite odd. So a quick look around. So it knows it's solid because I can't go through it. Do you move? I need to keep an eye on that. For somebody put a comment on one of my videos the other day saying there was moving cars in some of the other DLCs of Train Sim World. I personally hadn't seen it. But we'll keep an eye out for this route. Considering we're meant to be in New York, you know, like the one of the busiest cities in the world. I like the lever, look, it's an acknowledge lever. Console buzzer, that doesn't give me anything. Lack of functionality is a bit irritating, I won't lie. Oh. Do you know what it reminds me of? Like a World of Subways game. I like the sound change. And something quite disappointing, there's no cab sway. Or if there is, it's absolutely minimal. Oh, I've got 70. I've just got an achievement. M7, the cannonball. Doing 70 miles an hour. What's that mahogany man that used to do all the police programs? Can't work out if they're not drawing quick enough or it's popping in. Yeah. Like the supports. I mean, that's going to be a big thing to get in. Is it John Bernard? "50 miles an hour. Yes, I'm sure this bit of the route's very repetitive in real life, but it's pretty repetitive. But so, you know, some people like that. I like going up and down the East Coast Main Line, and people think that gets repetitive. So I'm not going to. That's not a negative, or sorry, a constructive criticism. The more I'm focusing on the cabling, though, the more I am seeing a pattern. Which it's not really something I can moan at them about at all. Oh, it's going to be a penalty break. How was I to know that was going to happen? It's because I didn't cancel it in time. Right, this is going to be interesting. How do we get it moving again? Right, okay, let's think about this. Let's take a quick. Let's use this as our time to have a little look around things before we start restarting this thing. Let's do that. Let's do that. There's a close that. No. Oh, that's a nice little feature. Let me try something actually, because on here it has. Oh, I have to be sitting in the chair for it to work. I'm sure when I clicked some of these earlier, they worked. Maybe I was just imagining it. Okay, right, let's go and have a look around the train. Yeah, it's alright again, it's very bright. Oh, is this this is the word I'm not going to say, toilet? Well, that's got a fair few locks, and I'm guessing you wouldn't be able to use those in when it's actually in service. I like those little guards as well, that's quite cool. Oh, you could like get stuck out here. I like that. Okay, well we've seen most of the train now. Let's go and now is that me moving or is that the train moving? I cannot quite tell. Let's get back to my cab. Unless the brakes have come off, which I doubt they have, because I'm guessing that's what I've got to do to restart it. Right, we can go out that end door, but I don't know if I can get back up the train to get back in, so I'm not going to do that. That's one of those mistakes I would make and ruin the whole thing. Right, okay, to get this thing started again, what can we do? Let's check the manual. Let's check the manual. Something I don't particularly like doing. So let's how to activate, deactivate the back. Shift and enter, we know that. If you're on a penalty brake until the train is stopped, you will not be able to undertake any further actions until the train has come to complete stop. Once stationed, you should reset the controls to a safe state. Throttle to minimum, reverser to neutral, brakes to full service. You can then set the reverser, release the brakes, and apply power. Okay. Throttle to minimum. Okay. Right then. I can't. Now the reason I think that is because I have to charge my brakes again. Let's say that in the manual. Well, this station looks quite interesting. Oh, I really hate the cameras on this thing. So a lot of the time, it's one of the features that I like about Train Sim World, and then sometimes it just really isn't. I'm not going to do the return journey from this. We'll go and do another scenario. I might even do a bit of service mode and see what's going on. Let's take this opportunity to we'll put the blind back up. We'll go and have a look outside at this station. Now, this is quite nice, isn't it? Now, this is nice. This is nice. This is something I like in Train Sim World that you just really don't get massively in Train Sim Classic, is that you can get some of the really nice details of stations in. Okay. Well, I wonder if we can uncouple them while it's in a scenario. Oh, something there. Oh no, it just opens the door. I wonder if there's a couple and uncouple button. I'm sure there probably is. Right, let's go and have another little play at something else. So let's go to main menu. Take photos, ride along, operate. So we'll pick the one train we can have. Let's have summer clear, because we were in sort of a bit less than that earlier on, weren't we? Continue. Port Washington to New York Penn. Hempstead to Atlantic Terminal. We might do a bit of service mode this and just look at some of the route and things like that. So what I'll do is actually come out of the cab. Oh, I must say the lighting does look amazingly better from here. Let me just. I know I should wait for passengers to come off before they get on, but you're just falling out the sky, and that. Two at once. Where have you two? What have you been up to? It's busy. See, the weird cameras really irritate me. See, again, no moving traffic. Now, you know what? I'm going to drive this. It's going to be more fun. Right, let's get that master key on. Let's get it into forward. Let's get our brake into max brake. Let's get our lights on. Let's charge the brakes. Let's lock those doors. Oh no, it still wants me to unlock them. Oh. No. Country Life Press. Yeah, no, it's cool. We're in forward anyway. That should be us. Oh, ATC in that on. Let's actually turn that off. Let's get a look at the train itself. Oh, what I'd love to see if there's any sparking. We're getting like proper good arcs or anything. See this stupid camera system. The track, I mean, when you're up close, is beautiful. I won't lie. Strange motion blur. I mean, it's like this view. I really, really enjoy this view because you really can sort of put yourself wherever you. Still no working destination displays. Okay. Well, not quite long. Country Life Press. Sounds like somewhere where they either make apple juice, newspapers, or insurance. Or sell insurance. Don't know why it makes me think of that, but it does. It's very still. It's very still. Very clean again. Very, very clinical. I mean, you can see where there's some effort's gone into weather in certain things and stuff, but you're right, love. Just having to watch the trains. And I mean, the detail of the people is pretty phenomenal, in the wrinkles down to one side of the face being different. There's a lot that goes into this, I won't lie. It's like the Toy Story pickup. Alright, we're finished loading passengers. mean, that track is very, very pretty. Oh, it's like Denshi to go. I've got to be careful, that's quite a tight bend. Right, okay, I think I'm ready to make my verdict on this. I think there's a few points that still stand. Okay, and a lot of those come down to the lackluster environments. Just not convinced by them. They don't make me want to go and explore. Even some places in Train Sim Classic. There's also a lot of reused assets I'm thinking from CSX Heavy Haul here, which probably explains why this was quite quick to do. Well, I think it was quite quick. From what I've worked out in my head, it was quite quick. It might not have been. It might have been going on for ages and I just didn't know. It's not grabbing me. ATC's pretty cool. The M7 to drive is pretty cool. The lighting is bonky. Really bonky. Shadows are odd. Some of the texture is a bit funny. Trains themselves, like I said, are quite nice. It's a bit... Even though I'm out in the country now a little bit, even though you're not going to be far out in the country at all in this route, it still feels very samey. Feels very samey. Lack of character? I don't know. I don't know. I really want to like it. I really want to like it. It's a good point. Train's nice. Cab's quite good. Very... Once you get your head round it, it's quite simple to operate and use, with some quite nice functionality with the door controls and things like that. Constructive bits about the train. I'd like a little bit more clickiness. Oh, we didn't try that out. What is door zone? Don't know. If you know what that is, let me know down below. Not being able to do any of the park and brakes, not knowing what the snow brake is. With the radio stuff, I don't know how much of this railroad in America is radio controlled as such, like dispatches and things like that. But even some, I'd say repetitive chatter might be a bit boring after a while. Door pre-closing bell not there. Nassau Boulevard, 119. Should be there now. It needs traffic. It needs traffic to bring it to life. If they can make people walk around stations, they can make somebody walk around the street. And not that anybody walks in America anyway, but they could. They could. Some men playing baseball, that would have been quite fun. I know this is just silly little things. Hugely disappointed with the manual. I know handicapped is a word that is still quite acceptable in America, but this is going to a British market as well. It's one word you could have changed in there, and I know I'm going on about it, but it shows a little bit of... Don't know. Yeah, so... There's a word that the youth of today use a lot, isn't it? And it's one that irritates the life out of me, is when somebody goes, meh. Meh. It's kind of what springs to mind with this. I'm not saying don't go out and buy it. If American commuter routes are your thing, then yeah, by all means go and do it. but it's not really mine, and it very much reminds me of the German commuter route, because of both commuter routes, I suppose. But there's nothing really that differentiates them particularly. I hope that we don't get caught in this trap with DTG and Train Sim World, that because 40 miles seems to be their limit cap, that we end up with a lot of 40-mile commuter routes, because it will become very samey very, very quickly. Saying that, I do wish them all the best. I do support Train Sim World. I don't get this for nothing. This isn't paid for. I've paid for this myself. And actually, this is the first one I got on the pre-order discount. I wish them all the best with it. Again, as I said, it's not my cup of tea. There's some clever features in it. Just not enough for me. I'm sure in CSX Heavy Haul as well we had moving trees. Might be the reason we got pretty awful frame rates on it, to be honest with you. Okay then, guys. So my verdict, do you go and buy it? The answer I give you is, are you going to buy this because you are wanting to drive this route because you know it or like it or it means something to you? Then by all means, it's quite cool. I don't know the route well enough to say whether it's a decent representation or not of it. If you are buying this because you want to see the next thing that Train Sim World's doing, or if they've made Train Sim World any better, no. No is the honest answer to that, is no. There is nothing in here that is particularly good. In fact, there are things that are worse in my head. The lighting looks very odd. Shadows seem weird. Reflections seem really odd. Even odd for Train Sim World standards, which usually can be really good and other times can look awful. This doesn't tend to do it justice, I don't think. There's something quite odd with it. If you're buying this because you want to support DTG and give them some more money so that they can continue working on Train Sim World and I suppose Train Sim Classic, that's up to you. That's up to you. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to like, share and subscribe. Join the Facebook group, links in the description below. Heading over to Twitch on a Sunday from 7 and on a Wednesday from 7 PM as well for some more adult themed. If you join me tomorrow night, by the time this goes out, yeah, it will be tomorrow night, you will get I suppose, a more adult review of this. Along with lots of other people's views and opinions as well, because that's what I like about Twitch, is the interaction. The YouTube comment section for me is really difficult to keep on top of. Another quick note, there are some links in the descriptions that are dead. After this video, they have all been updated, so everything will be fine after that. Alright then, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Take care.